The Crackle rolling 3 for Ostkaka didn't finish off a 5-4 Light Warden, and that was the big deal. Had to trade an extra minion.
Yeah, and then the Light of the Narus had a big impact on that game. And we're going to see what they queue up here for Game 4. Is Ostkaka going to keep doing Mech Shaman? Game 4, Ostkaka versus Muzzy. Both these guys really need a win.
Yeah, we thought Era versus Kranish was going to be the big surprise match.
But apparently it's this one.
Yeah.
We were just wrong.
Yeah, making adjustments 4 games in a row. Shut up. Ostkaka, you are not playing Mech Shaman 4 games in a row.
Well, I mean, but he is, Nathan. I mean, if you look at it right there.
No, this is not. This is pre-recorded. Like, it has to be. He looks exactly the same. His opening hand looks exactly the same.
What is it they always say? Do I need to put a shoe on my head so they know it's not pre-recorded?
Muzzy, queued up Paladin here. This is, if he doesn't get on the ground running, this game could easily get out of control. But with Knife Juggler and Aldor Peacekeeper in his hand, looks like he's going to be able to shut some of this down.
Aldor Peacekeeper is a pretty good answer to Fireguard Destroyer.
I think you just coin the Juggler.
I mean, yeah, because it forces either Ostkaka to play around it and not play his early minions that he wants to, or he has to use something to remove it. And either way, I think you're just fine with that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh, Ostkaka is, he's going to have to play the waiting game here, I imagine. I mean, I don't know. What's better, Mech Warper or Knife Juggler?
He might just run out the Mech Warper. He's okay with Muzzy trading for it because what does it really do? It makes his Annoyatron cost 1 less. This isn't a hand that's hinged on Mech Warper staying alive. But also, if he plays Annoyatron here, then he can play multiple things next turn, unless Muzzy really commits into this, which...
I think he's looking to get some value out of the Earthshock.
Yeah, if this knife goes to the... Yeah, I was going to say, that was... Muzzy can't even attack now.
Yeah, that was brutal. He's going to attack anyway.
Wow, he's going to attack anyway. Yep. All right.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this turn will sneak it under Consecration.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to, he can get really aggressive with this and Earthshock into Whirling Zap-O-Matic to help protect his Whirling Zap-O-Matic against, like, attack with the 1/1 and muster for battle. That's something that might be in the back of Ostkaka's mind here. Like, what does he need to play around? This Whirling Zap-O-Matic might just get him the win.
Now, it looks like he's going to trade the Knife Juggler with the Annoyatron, so won't get any extra value from it, but at the end of the day, this fought off a Knife Juggler, and that Annoyatron's got to be proud.
Yeah, and is Muzzy going to have to Aldor Peacekeeper here, just to make sure he doesn't take, $1 billion next turn?
Buys him 4 life, takes care of, challenges the Mech Warper directly. You can't be upset with this one.
Yep, but if he rolls 70, he would have drawn a Rockbiter weapon too.
That's the big deal here too, is that Ostkaka's looking at this and thinking to himself, how much value does my Fireguard Destroyer now have in this position? I just saw an Aldor Peacekeeper.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's going to be huge going forward. Is Muzzy going to be able to take care of it on a 1-for-1 basis? We know that it's no.
Yeah, and with the Rockbiter in his hand, it's not really that big of a deal. He still has the Doomhammer if he wants to, if he's looking for damage out of this one.
Yeah, I mean, he can still Rockbiter the Doomhammer later in the game.
Yeah, and it's not out of the question that he uses Rockbiter to take care of the Aldor Peacekeeper and tries to just keep his minions alive and totems up.
Yeah, it was a lot of play lines here from Ostkaka. I mean, I kind of like the Fireguard Destroyer a little bit. It's like really aggressive, but Muzzy has so many cards in his hand.
We've seen Ostkaka play for value. He's playing this deck a little bit differently than I've seen everyone play it too. And this really gives me an idea of how much he's been practicing with this build, because his plays is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen players just kind of go wild and try to get on board as quickly as they possibly can.
Would have still been a great turn for Consecration. Now, if you're Muzzy, do you just put a Pilot Shredder into play here, or do you have to start getting busy with True Silver Champion?
Well, the True Silver Champion was going to buy you a way to answer 2 minions over the next 2 turns, and you get to back that up by Sludge Belcher. So this just buys you more time in the long run.
Yeah, I like this as well. These 2 Quartermasters not going to be too good, so he just wants to make sure that he can survive to his Dr. Boom turn.
Yep.
And have a good, stable board state to play it in.
Second Fireguard Destroyer. That's a pretty solid one.
Yeah, he's going to be able to still play it next turn and even Earthshock the Sludge Belcher too.
Yeah, it does roll a 4/6, so not the biggest threat in the world. The big deal here, though, is that the True Silver Champion doesn't check it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he doesn't mind if True Silver Champion eats either one of his other minions as well. I mean, they're not even that great for Muzzy. I mean, I think there's a chance Muzzy loses this game.
So if he's playing Pilot Shredder, obviously he's playing the Zombie Child with it.
Yeah, he doesn't care if Ostkaka gains 5 life in any way here. He knows that he's going to win, the super long game. He's going to find a repeatable source of damage. He just needs to hold back Ostkaka for long enough.
Some more tough turns in front of him. It seems like he just thrives on these difficult turns.
Yeah, this is where, he makes his money as a player. He's just so good at finding the correct lines from here.
Yep, I like Fire Guard Destroyer. I think this is likely going to be paired with Earthshock. But it could just be a push for damage, second 4 in a row.
Yeah, you know, he may just be waiting for something like Sludge Belcher. But maybe not, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that's a significant portion of Muzzy's range, considering the turn 5 play. So Muzzy, if he wants to deal with these, he's going to have to take some more damage, but again, great reload behind it. The Sludge Belcher is just forcing Ostkaka to invest more damage than he's comfortable with.
Yeah, he's going to be able to take care of one of these with the Zombie Chow, and then the Sludge Belcher is going to be able to hold off the other one just enough here. So great turn here for Muzzy. You know, is his hand going to be able to do enough to win this game from here? That's what's going to come down. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. Can chew through the Sludge Belcher, but gets in 0 damage while he's doing it. So this bought him 8 extra life and put some damage on this Fire Guard Destroyer.
Yeah, he's going to keep using his life total as a resource as well.
Yeah. So at 17, is Dr. Boom going to be enough? You know, he's still staring down 8 damage.
Do you think he has a Harrison Jones in this deck?
When your opponent's queued up Mech Shaman for 3 games in a row, I don't think that Harrison Jones is a bad option.
Is Muzzy worrying about dying this turn, but can he just play around that?
Like, that's exactly what he's worried about, is the Rock Biter potential.
Yeah, you may see him play Dr. Boom and just say good game. You know, like,
yeah, even just Leroy. I mean, he has to play the Dr. Boom. He needs to get something on the board to really keep this, up with the pressure that Ostkaka's bringing.
Let's see, Leroy is lethal. That one, however, is not.
All right, that's a pretty dead one right now.
Ostkaka's got 8 here. You can push for 8. You know, still have some more repeatable damage with the Doom Hammer in the next turn, and then he has a Crackle. So,
yeah, the big story of this is that Muzzy actually doesn't have a way to heal himself or taunt up right now. He's just working with what's on the board.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Lay on Hands. Doesn't have another True Silver Champion. Yeah, he's gonna have to clear this board.
Oh, Nelly.
Well, I mean, you've been pretty good at it so far this season. I think I'm gonna take my chance at calling the right cards.
4 extra cards for Muzzy. Big Game Hunter, no help. I think, honestly, Equality might be a desperation play here. He has to do everything he can to stop the damage.
Yeah.
Like, can he afford for the Boombots to miss?
He can't afford to take any more damage this game.
Yeah,
he needs these Boombots. Yeah, these Boombots, I love this play from him.
Yeah, I mean, your stuff's already basically not resilient as it is.
Now, does he kill this totem if it goes face again? Yeah. Is he worried about, you know, some crazy thing where he takes damage from this totem?
I don't know if he has time. I think you go 7 to Dome and try to end it next turn.
Yeah, I think so as well. He's going to play it safe here, though.
Ostkaka can actually win the game this turn.
Yeah.
Just with what he has in hand.
Yeah, he can roll the right totem. That's going to be the start of his turn no matter what.
Unless he wants to get the Spider Tank on board that bad.
Well, I mean, he can do that as well. He can still Power Mace, Spider Tank, Totem. It just depends on what totem he gets. You know, if you roll the Spell Power Totem, do you just go for it?
Your opponent just drew 4 cards, though. I mean, you have to be worried about healing. I think he's got to go for it.
Like Lay on Hands? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't just give Muzzy
the critical hit will win Ostkaka this game.
Only 4, but still, Muzzy has no way to heal right now, and he does have a Defender of Argus, so that's going to be able to hold off.
It's going to be able to hold off most of this damage.
Yeah, it's going to be able to hold off most of this damage here.
Ostkaka has to draw a burn next turn.
We know that he has a few cards that can do it, though.
Wow, what a tight game. Muzzy's hand has just been stuck with 2 Quartermasters in his hand the entire game.
All right, so he has to try to win next turn as well, so he has to push for damage. He has to use the Defender of Argus.
Yeah, you just Defender up and go.
Yeah, I think you just play Quartermaster.
Oh, this is actually clever.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still dead, but you just have an extra body to fight through the taunt. You're not dead to Lightning Storm this way.
Just gives him the well played.
Because
someone's dead either way, yeah.
And that's going to do it for game number 4 now. Muzzy's clawed his way back. And guess what, guys? We are going to game number 5.
Do you think we're going to see Mech Shaman number 5?
I don't think. I expect number 1, 2, 3, or 4. So what do you think my answer is?
No.